Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Okay, so tonight, forgive me, I'm a little thrown off because I forgot to do something right before I started. But that's okay. Anyways, tonight we're going to talk about a couple things that have one thing that's went really viral. You probably have heard about it. Probably two of the things we're going to talk about you've heard about. And we have a trial date and a jury selection date for Megan Boswell. I wanted to touch on that. Just hang out with you guys for a little bit. So thank you for being here. Hey, Megan. Hey, Sunday. Hey, MK. Hey, Neat. Hey, Bogart. Hey, Mayla's mom. Hey, Pointer Lover. Hey, Bluefish. Hippie Chick. Hey, Ava. Selena. Rambo. What's wrong? Let's see. Anybody else that I missed? Hey, Carol. Hey, Bathea's Bite. How are you guys? What are you guys getting into this weekend? I'm going to the beach tomorrow, so I'm super excited about that. But yeah, I wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit first. Boswell has been forever. I cannot believe it. Like, I can't believe we're finally getting to a trial date. Let me just touch on that first before we get started. So Megan Boswell has been awaiting trial for the death of her daughter Evelyn for years now, and I had reposted on my community tab. Let me actually pull that up so I don't get anything wrong. But it surprised me because her jury selection is about to start, but the trial isn't starting until February. Yeah, so jury selection in December, trial begins February 3rd. So it's not going to be, one process back to back. I thought that was kind of odd, but at least we're finally getting to the trial. It's been a long damn time coming. So let me see the date that Evelyn went missing. Megan is another one who lies like Leilani and Letitia. It'll be something we're very used to for the cases that we've looked into recently. Happened in 2020. Let me see. Missing date. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Kimberly. Good to see you guys. Sorry I was so weird at the beginning, but like I said, I remembered something right as I was starting, and there's no way I could have had the time to get it. So it just threw me off a little bit. Hey, Grateful Mama. And Bathea's Bite. So you mentioned, another Ruby Frank-like case. Oh my gosh. Allanah Harris. Now, she's an Australian influencer, and it's something that's still new to me, but I can't wait to show you that. The timeline so she went missing on February the 19th. Wait, she was reported missing on February the 18th, but the Amber Alert went out on the 19th. She was only 15 months old, Evelyn, Megan's daughter, the one who that's not her only charge, but she has been charged in her disappearance and death, but also many charges of lying to police. She did interviews with the news. She was doing all kinds of stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing Evelyn finally get justice. If you didn't follow that, we're going to deep dive it. It's been a long time. I'm really I don't remember all the details, so I want to do it for my own, so I can know what's going on and for you guys too. So, hey, Natasha. Okay. Is this the case where the TikToker who was giving her baby benzodiazepines to make her sleep all the time? Yes, on Allanah, on her TikTok, saying she had brain tumors and this and that. And come to find out, she was being poisoned. Her nurses started following mom's TikTok. They realized that everything's not really adding up. And yeah, we're going to go to that in just a minute. Hey, it's not rocket science. Hey, Tiffany. But first, let's talk about Brittany Patterson. So, have you guys heard about the Georgia mom who got arrested for allowing her 10-year-old to walk a mile down the road? People were kind of making it, well, let me just start and show you an ABC News clip. Then I'm going to show you a TikTok. Then I'm going to show you her interview. And we're going to talk through this because it's not necessarily exactly how it seems at first. Okay, so let's start with ABC News. This is her arrest, and this is where I first saw it too. Plunder, who has a video with all the body cam footage, posted that video, and I saw it, and I watched a little bit of it.
But body camera video shows the moment Brittany Patterson was arrested for letting her 10-year-old son walk into town.
Didn't dig in until today.
What am I under arrest for?
For reckless endangerment.
And how was I recklessly endangering my child?
On October 30th, Patterson said she took one of her children to the doctor. In the meantime, her son, Soren, who since turned 11,
I'm glad his
to
face
walk
is kind of cut off.
Less than a mile into town from their home in rural Mineral Bluff, Georgia. While out, Patterson got a call from the sheriff's department, worried that Soren was walking alone.
I wasn't concerned. I wasn't, panicking or concerned because it's just a short walk from our house. He knows how to get home.
Now, this enraged people, and it's been used as, almost a political thing. Get the government out of our business, basically, kind of thing. How dare you arrest this mother for her son walking to the store, walking a mile from the house? Like, hell, as kids, we used to be all over, right? Like, that's kind of what I've been hearing.
He knows how to get there.
Authorities dropped Soren off at home. 5 hours later, they returned.
Call mommy and tell them they're taking me to jail because you decided to walk down the street.
Let go of your hands. That's not his fault.
Yeah,
you're the mother. That's your responsibility.
Last time I checked, it wasn't illegal for a kid to walk to the store.
Now, there's a lot more to this. Woofy, I saw somebody saying hi to you. Hey, Woofy. Woofy and I went through this today, watched it together, and kind of debated back and forth about it. It's very interesting. So let me just, because we're going to see that again, let me just show you this for a second, and then we will.
Question: would y'all let your kids walk a mile from your house to go to the store or a restaurant or whatever? I'm in my hometown right now, and I'm just sitting here thinking while I'm eating lunch on my break that I used to walk 2+ miles to go to Steak and Shake or the mall or whatever.
Has anybody seen this yet?
But then I recently saw that the Georgia mom, I think it was Georgia, got arrested because her 10-year-old walked half a mile from their house, and that was unsafe apparently. So I just, would you do that to your kids? Because I have a 12-year-old, and I would definitely let him walk into town. And so, I don't know. I am really curious to see what's going to come out of that case.
Now, hold on just a second. I'm actually going to take you over here to Plunder's page. And I'm going to share the link in the chat because we're not going to watch it. We're just going to flip through a little bit. Instead of showing you her interview, we're going to play that next. I want to kind of walk you through some of this. The thing is, what exactly, JD? Actually, she says in the body cam, first of all, she says in the body cam that she wasn't planning on coming home until 9 p.m. that night. Okay. This 10-year-old little boy, he is found walking on the side of like a busier highway. So the cops obviously pull in. They're like, what's going on? He says, I haven't ate today. He starts like saying things that like the cops hear and notice, of course, and they're like, what's going on here? Well, they call mom, and mom is like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, like no big deal, basically. She says, he's got a habit of getting upset and kind of running off into the woods, and he'll usually come back in like an hour. But today we were leaving. I was taking his older brother to the chiropractor. I waited for 5 minutes. I had his computer and everything in the car. He doesn't come out, so I just left. Like, my dad's at home. I figured he'd come back. And they're like, wait, so you didn't know where he was and you just left? Yeah, and she's totally calm about it. So that's part of the problem. First of all, cops, I'm not surprised that they would react like this. But I think her reaction probably made it a bit worse. Let's see if we can hear the phone call.
Little boy wanted a light. I'll be able to we'll see what they get. 12:15 p.m. when this 11-year-old boy disappeared. Soren disappeared from the 16 that child. We're here in an instance where a woman is schooled. This is true. He was pulled out of school.
I had not planned on playing like where she plays the call. with the mom, but I would actually like for you guys to hear it because
know how much I'll be able to get over here on YouTube. Hopefully all of them.
Hold on just one second. Let's go over here for just a second. Hold on. And let me find exactly what I'm looking for with the transcript. Show transcript. Because, yeah, I think that's all part of why she was charged. And at the end of the day, look, maybe she doesn't watch true crime, but I feel like any of us, we would not just just leave when your child, you don't know where they're at. And if you find out that they're on this busy, highway, I don't see you just being like, oh, okay, I don't know. There are so many things that could have happened to him. And for me, it's not, the arrest isn't that big of a deal. If at the end of the day, it keeps this little boy safe because he could have really ended up very badly hurt, then, I don't know. I could just see, but let me see here. I'm trying to talk and look for this. Trying to.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know how to read?
Okay, here we go. Sorry,
Yeah.
You guys.
What grade would you be in? Fifth grade? How old are you?
10.
You're 10?
No, 11.
You're 11? Okay. Do you know your mom's name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know your phone number for your mom? No?
Lisa, no.
Where's she work at?
I'm with
Gas
you.
station.
Okay. Which one?
I don't know. It's just a
Okay, Amber. So Brittany Patterson, this is like a viral story right now, but she's a Georgia mom, a realtor whose 10-year-old son ran off. He got angry and ran off. And usually he runs into their property. They have 16 acres of property. This time he happened to run into town. She had a chiropractor appointment with another child that day, so she leaves home. She's been arrested for him running off and being found a mile down the road. But it's not just because he was a mile from the house. It's because he was missing. She tells police she didn't know where he was. She left anyway. She originally wasn't planning on coming home until 9:00 that night. So you'll see it play out, some of it here. This is as soon as the officer comes across the little boy. And he's explaining, he's homeschooled, that kind of thing.
gas station.
But we're about to hear the cop call mom, and that's what I want you guys to hear. Then we're going to watch her interview. Social media is pissed, okay? This is being used as somewhat of a political thing, like keep the government out of our lives, out of our parenting, that kind of thing. She's raised like $50,000 as of not even today. The video I watched was like 2 days old, and it was at like almost $50,000. So I don't even know by now.
Okay. Well, do you care to write your name down for me and your birthday?
Hey, Tika. Aww. I hope you guys have so much fun. The grandpa was home
No, that's
letter, but
I like your name.
so that was mom's thought. I think mom, and she tells police, well, here, mom thinks, okay, my dad's at home. For me, that doesn't mean too much anyway. In Georgia at 9, they're apparently illegally allowed to stay home for a couple hours. But regardless, the dad, he's in a wheelchair. He's downstairs living in the basement. I don't see, to me, it doesn't, mean too much that her dad's there. Also, do I think it's a little extreme? Possibly, to arrest her. But then again, maybe it's an important lesson she needs to learn, that our kids aren't safe out there on the side of the road just running off and we don't know where they are and we leave home. There are freaks and predators and creeps and all the worst people out there. We literally talk about it all the time here on this channel, you know? And I don't really think that she did anything majorly wrong. I think she, of course, could have done things better. I wouldn't do it. I'm not trying to like critique her too much. I just don't agree with, like, I think I have the unpopular opinion. People are outraged by this. And I'm kind of like outraged that you don't know the danger that he was in. That's where I'm kind of looking at it from. My 15-year-old will not leave this home and me not know where he's at and me be okay, me function, me go on about my day, me go on to do anything. Hell to the no at 15. And because of that, we're also on Life 360, which I come to understand is like something they wanted her to agree to this parenting plan, DCFS, after the arrest, and agree to download like a tracking thing for him on his phone. And she didn't want to sign it because she just doesn't want to admit, like, not only that she's done something wrong, but she's, I think, scared at this point, doesn't want to sign anything like that. I mean, honestly, you guys need the tracking thing anyway, in my opinion, but that's just me. That's because I'm like a strict, over-the-top parent who needs to know everything about what's going on with my kids. I want to know everything they've ate, everything they're watching, everything they're doing, anyone they talk to. I want to know what goes on at school during the day. I want to know everything. Like, not only, of course, all parents want to know what's going on at school, but I'm talking about even just the little stuff. That's just me, though. So I'm looking at it from that lens.
What else am I supposed to want? Just your birthday. This is my friend Matthew.
So here's where another cop comes up and they kind of chat for a second. We're going to get to this call though. I'm going to drop the link to the video in the chat now, Plunder's video, where all the body cams are together because there's several. Oh, Cray, I deserve a congratulations. I still have a chest tube. How are you doing? And yeah, oh my gosh. Now that you say that, I remember you were having some kind of procedure or something, right? Hell, I was so sick this week. I feel like I've been on another planet. So Nicole says, so let's say your son gets caught with cigarettes or weed before he's of age. Would you be okay being arrested? Serious question. No. But that's because, like, I don't think she would have been arrested if the kid would have just ran off and she didn't just leave not knowing where he's at. I think that's totally different. Now, if I knew he had weed or cigarettes, hell yeah, I should be arrested. But if he's like, if it's out of my control and I know nothing about it, I see it as like two totally different things. But you've been MIA. I know I didn't speak to Woofy for the longest. I've not ever. It was awful though, but let's see. Where's Cray? Oh, okay. I was just seeing if you responded. My kids are tracked and not allowed to go anywhere without the other. One is 21. Yeah, we all, lots of love and healing vibes and feel betters and all of that coming to you, Cray. And yeah, let me know what's going on so I know. And I hope that you heal really easily and quickly, like Becky said. It was sad, but I gave you time. Not clingy all the time. They want you to microparent now, and it's going to end bad. No independence. Well, Ava, I'm trying. It's hard for me to even want to do that, but for me, I know that we have to, right? So, I'm trying to do that in ways and allow my oldest, who is far beyond 10, to have some independence. But at 10 in this day and age. Thank you, Amber. People, I don't know. I had a day. I fought the snow and the snow won. I lost control. Oh no, and hit a wall along the highway. I'm fine. Thankfully, the only damage is I cracked my bumper. Oh, Jennifer, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you're okay. Neat says people are outraged at the police, but also would have been outraged had he been harmed while on that walk. Sometimes we just want to be outraged, in my opinion. You're right. You're 100% right. Let's say the police would have seen him, took his name, and let him go. And then he would have been harmed. Oh, it would have been burned down the police station. They didn't do their job. They saw a 10-year-old out on the side of the highway, didn't know where his parents were. Shame on them. So I feel it's irresponsible to not know where your child is and have no plans of being home till 9. No phone or way to call or ask for help. And he's 10 years old. Dangerous things could happen. So I'm curious about the phone because at the end of Plunder's video, she says that was part of this parenting thing, this safety plan, that to have this tracking put on his phone. So I'm like, does he have a phone? I don't know. Endocrine cancer in my lung. Oh, cray cray. I'm so sorry. What happened to just taking the kid home and letting the parents reprimand them? Well, Nicole, I think that could have been so I wouldn't be mad at that either. I wouldn't be mad if the charges were dropped now. I think a good wake-up call is all she needed. She really appears to be a good mom based on other things that we see and hear in the body cams. So I could see that. I think it was her attitude maybe that during this. Let's listen to the call. So this is what I really want you guys to hear.
He doesn't go to school anywhere. Yeah.
Ricky, I keep thinking you're Melissa.
You used to.
How are you, Kaylee?
I'm good. How are you?
Under
So they're like getting information, trying to find the parent.
All right, and call mom.
Hello, this is Brittany.
Hey, this is Deputy Robertson, Fannin County Sheriff's Office.
Hey,
Do you have a son named Soren by chance?
I do. Yes,
Okay.
I do.
So we're out with him on Railroad Avenue in Mineral Bluff. I'm trying to figure. He's walked all the way down here from wherever y'all live.
We live off Marble City.
Okay. Is there somebody at a house that's with him?
My dad was with him. I had to leave to go pick up my other son, and he was supposed to come with me. And I couldn't find him anywhere. And I guess he just decided to walk off and go for a walk, and so then I had to leave to go take my other son to the chiropractor. So,
okay, you
so I
didn't
just
think
left because
Nicole, so is that the big highway? So to be fair, it's a small town. So it, and because Plunder shows like on the maps and stuff, like different views, and this Dollar General store is where he walked to. But I think it's like a road where, like in my town, like the highway is just like this, but the speed limit is 55 because it's out in the country. It's just the way it is, and cars fly by there. And apparently he was like in the intersection. So this is like a really small town, few hundred people, the way that I understand it. And yeah, so it's not like a interstate highway. It's just like the highway where the cars go fast. It's a country highway for all intents and purposes, or whatever, however you want to say that. It's a rural highway. But like I said, this is just identical to where I live, and where it's a 2-lane road, right? But the speed limit is 55, and the cars will go 65, 70 because these are country roads. So it is dangerous,
I didn't know if he was just back out in the woods or where he was.
Okay, you didn't think to call us?
Well, no, because I figured he'd come home. He's done this before. Walk back in the woods when he gets mad or frustrated, and then he'll come home like an hour later. So he's never walked all the way to Mineral Bluff, though.
Okay, yeah, because he's walking down the side of Mineral Bluff Highway. I mean, he was in the intersection and.
Mm-hmm. Well, and to be honest with you, he's very defiant. He won't listen to me. So I kind of figured that one day he might get picked up by you guys. Then maybe he would learn that you just can't do that, because I've told him he can't do that before.
Well, more of our concern is him getting hit by a car.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know what to do with him, to be honest with you. I'm at my wit's end with this kid. I've got 3 other kids that are great, and this kid doesn't want to listen. Works.
Now, and remember, the kid told her he hadn't ate. I think she expected to go home and have like a mess and no food, which wasn't the case. This child, we learned from one of the body cams, has, he's had a tough time. He's on homeschool now. He's just emotionally going through it. And that's probably why he stormed off. Mom has spent a lot of money on counseling too. And then regarding Dad, Nicole, Dad was at home, and she did say that. However, I have to say, it doesn't mean a lot to me personally, just when I'm judging this situation, because number one, he's in a wheelchair and he lives in like the basement or part of their house, which is like, it's got its own entrance around the back downstairs. He didn't even know the little boy was gone. So it's not like she called him and said, hey, Dad, he stormed off again. Just be on the lookout. He didn't go with us. He'll be coming home soon. He didn't even know he was gone when the cops get there. That's in the body cam footage. He's kind of like, huh? Like, what's going on? No clue. So, okay.
And honestly, I didn't know I could just call you guys when I wasn't 100% sure he was missing, because I wasn't. I thought he was maybe back in the woods, because we've got 16 acres and he does that a lot. So I didn't know that he was not on the property.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of important to let us know if you can't find your child.
So even if I'm not sure that he's on the property, or if he's not?
And yeah, if you can't find your child, that's kind of important.
Because I thought you couldn't file like missing person stuff until so much time had passed. Well, it had literally been 5 minutes since I had seen him.
Well, when it's different when it's a child.
Okay. Well, I just don't know the things. So
before she left, it had only been 5 minutes since she's seen him. But at this point, it's been like an hour. And yes, Grandpa was home. He lives it doesn't seem like it's connected to the house, because the dog can't get through to there, they said, and it has its separate entrance, but it is like the same house. And then, oh damn, there was something else I was thinking that I wanted to say, and now I've lost it. So hopefully it comes back to me. We'll keep listening for a minute.
I'm down in LJ. I'll be back home.
So how long is it?
To be home until 9:15 tonight.
So she wasn't supposed to be coming home until 9:15. Now, there are other siblings, not just the one she's with, and so maybe that would be part of it. But yeah.
How long has it been since you've seen your son?
They didn't take away
the house at,
her child.
Actually, I was late. I left at 12:50 because I had to be down here in LJ at the chiropractor at 1:30. And I'm sorry, at 12:30. And he was going to come with me. I brought his computer in the car. He got dressed. Me and my daughter went out and built the house at, actually, I was late. I left at 12:50 because I had to be down here in LJ at the chiropractor at 1:30. I'm sorry, at 12:30. And he was going to come with me. I brought his computer in the car. He got dressed. Me and my daughter went out and got in her, and I told him I'd be in the car. We waited 5 minutes. He wasn't there. Went back inside to look for him. He wasn't in the house. So I just left. I figured he was back in the woods because we just had an argument about schoolwork. So Honestly, if you knew him, you would know that this happens all the time. He gets mad and he stomps off in the woods, and he comes back like an hour later when he's cooled down. So,
okay, I'm gonna have to do a report on this.
that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So if I can get you, do you have your driver's license on you?
Yes.
Okay. So we've heard the most part of that I wanted you to hear. So now I'll just show you, because you guys can go to Plunders to watch. But, you know, in the body cam, we have, this is her dad when they show up. And this is like the door to his house. And then I did come outside, so y'all are going to hear wind chimes, but I'm going to take them down in a second. But then we have them coming into the house to bring him home, and she's almost there, and grandma is 5 minutes away, and then grandpa's downstairs. So they do leave. Then they come back and arrest her. And she is just completely thrown off here. I'll just play a clip of that. Hold on.
Yeah, that one's a piece of white too.
Hey, Brittany.
Yeah.
I need you to come out here. No, not 1 second. I need you to come out here.
Hey guys, can I call y'all right back in just a second? I've got somebody at the door here. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, bye. Yes, ma'am.
Is there somebody up here with the kids besides your grandpa?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
What?
Huh? No, there's nobody here but Pop.
Okay, turn around for me.
Why?
Because you're under arrest
For what?
for the incident we talked about earlier today.
What am I under arrest for?
For reckless endangerment.
And how was I
Turn around.
recklessly endangering my
We're not
child?
talking about it.
Or call mommy and tell them they're taking you to jail because you decided to walk down the street.
Let go here.
That's not his fault.
Yeah.
That's not his fault. So it's, you know, there's some tension in between these two. And look, I knew that people would have their feelings about this, and I'm okay with that. As long as you guys are okay, like with me having mine, and you don't get upset, I don't care how you guys feel about it. I don't care if you're mad at the police, mad at her, mad at dad downstairs. I don't really give a damn. You know what I mean? I want everybody to have their opinions, but yeah, so there's some tension between the two.
You're the mother. That's your responsibility.
Yeah,
Keep
I
up
need
your
you to not
child.
talk to me.
Yeah.
Please.
I need you to
Okay,
not
sorry.
talk to me. Hold on. Let me let y'all hear that part, and then we're going to continue.
You decided to walk down the street.
Throw your hands.
That's not his fault.
Yeah, call mom.
You're the mother. That's your responsibility.
Yeah,
Keep
I
up
need
your
you to not
child.
talk to me, please.
That's
Okay.
You're the mother. It's your responsibility to keep up with your child. I need you to not talk to me, please. Understandably, she's pissed. She's being arrested, right? And like I said, I'm not mad about her arrest. I wouldn't be mad if they dropped the charges now. I think she needs to understand how dangerous this could have been. She seemed just way too calm. I don't think there's any way she watches true crime or anything. But you know, we all parent differently, and it is what it is. I know, like, it appears that she was really trying. Like I said, at the end here, I'm going to drop Plunder's link one more time because I want us to watch the interview. But at the end, her mom speaks with police, and they are explaining, you know, to her mom what she's explaining to her mom why this is happening. And mom's explaining some of what's going on at the home. And her mom also gets mad, you know, but it is what it is. Let's see. She needed a wake-up call, but that lady cop wasn't liking mom from jump. I agree. There was some weirdness from jump. You can't make kids do anything. I wouldn't have left. I would have missed the appointment. That's me, East Coast Beauty. There's no way I could have. I would not be calm. Like, you know, if he's done this multiple times, though, I guess you have to take that into consideration. But I wouldn't have left, and I definitely would expect that if, you know, I don't know. This warrants an arrest, Kimberly says. Yeah, that's where I'm at. She blames the little boy. That's effed. I didn't like that either. And I also didn't like the female cop's attitude. So I could see all perspectives on this one. The female cop doesn't like mom at all. All right. So again, here is the link. Grandma does say mom had really been trying. They don't know what to do, right? He's just going through a time right now. And I don't want to go too much more into that, only because, he's a little boy and he deserves his privacy. So, but I think that is important to the conversation. Okay, so now let's watch her on News Nation.
For your time this morning. Just first off, Brittany, traumatic for children to see a parent put in handcuffs and taken away. How are they doing in the aftermath of all this?
They're doing okay.
But I imagine a very emotional week for all of you. Set the scene for us on that day. Why was your son walking alone, and is that something normal for your kids and other kids in town?
It is normal for kids to be walking around Mineral Bluff. It's a four-way stop, very low traffic. And my kids often will play out in our woods. We have a lot of acres, and so they do walk around our neighborhood. He just decided he wanted to go to the Dollar General that day, and it's, not uncommon for kids to do. So I don't understand why.
Wait, but see, is that uncommon for him to do? Because it makes it seem like this is just about him walking a mile away from home. And that's not what she was arrested for. She was arrested because she told the police he went missing. She didn't know where he was. And she didn't know for sure if he was missing or not. That's why she didn't call police, but she just went ahead and left. I don't think they would have arrested her if, let's just say that she answers the phone and doesn't know that he's even gone, that he stormed off and she didn't realize that she was at work or just whatever, for whatever reason. I don't think she would have been arrested.
Why there's been such a uproar about it, I guess.
Yeah. I understand you were at a doctor's appointment with one of your older children when you got the call from authorities, and then hours later, here's the video. Sheriff's Department sent it to us last night. You're put in handcuffs. What was going through your mind when you were being put in handcuffs in this moment, Brittany?
I was shocked. I was angry, frustrated, probably all those things at once. But mostly I was just trying to be calm for my kids because I didn't want them to worry.
Mm-hmm. David, we reached out to that Sheriff's Department last night. They sent us this video, but they said they're not going to comment on this case right now.
She said, that was my point, though. She said it was a normal thing for the kids to do, but with the cops, she was it wasn't. But anyways, I used to walk to the dollar store all the time when I was a kid, and it was maybe several miles from the house. But my mom would always know I was out playing or out whatever, hanging out with my friends or whatever, that kind of thing. It wasn't just I stormed off, you don't know where I'm at, and you just leave until 9 p.m. at night.
What has Brittany been charged with, and are you now suing the authorities that are involved here?
Well, we're not suing them yet. She has formally been charged with reckless conduct. What's interesting is when the deputy arrested her, as the body cam shows, Brittany asked, "What am I being arrested for?" And he says, "Reckless endangerment." Well, there is no such law in Georgia. Secondly, in 1997, the Georgia Supreme Court held that statute unconstitutional when applied to parents because it doesn't tell them what is and isn't permissible and constitutes reckless conduct. So it's really problematic for those two reasons. I found it very interesting, and your viewers should. The deputy, Britt asked,
another thing.
He's 10. Can he walk into town?
Another thing. Apparently, he was trying to buy a lighter in the dollar store. Now, I don't know for what, but Riley says, I feel like until you have dealt with a badass kid, then you don't really know. I personally feel like I would have handled it differently, but I don't think it's a crime, to be honest. So I agree with you. I think in any situation, you don't know unless you've been there. You just don't, even if you've dealt with a badass kid, even if you've dealt with a kid with a lot of issues or whatever, unless you're in this exact situation, you wouldn't know. However, I do know that I will never just be chill and calm and okay with not knowing where my kids are. And I don't think that's a crime, but I hope that she realizes now, like, I wish that, I don't know the way that you could, now she's pissed. And so it's not the time to absorb information, but I just hope that she realizes like how dangerous that would have been. And that's really what matters at the end of the day, is his safety. And even if he's having a tough time right now, we want him to be safe and okay. And it's not safe for you to not know where he's at and be next to the side of a road with the intersection and a higher speed limit, and there are a lot of bad things that could happen. Now, like I said, so I think the arrest was justified. I understand why they did it. However, I would also be perfectly okay if they dropped it now and just hope that she learned from it and learned not to do that. I don't think that, she deserves to be demonized. And I also don't think a petty little, what was the charge again? It would have been eventually, probably pled down if she would be willing. It doesn't seem like she's willing. She seems like she's going to fight it all the way. But it could have probably amounted to very little of anything. But, we're all different. Yeah, they're the lighter. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. In my opinion, she has gotten so much support from this that she probably can't contemplate the possible consequences. I agree right now, and maybe she will. I don't know. All these kids that are missing, how can you take not knowing where your child is so casually? Well, Nurse Kristen, I was thinking about that. Like, if you don't watch this stuff, if you are just like doing your job, getting your kids off to school, like doing people get caught up in their work life all the time, right? Where it becomes their whole life. I wonder if there must be people out there that just don't know how dangerous it is. Crystal says this is such a small town. It's different around here. Well, I think it's similar to like where I'm at. We have probably less than 500 people in the town that I live in, and all the neighboring towns are pretty small. You got to drive about an hour to get to Target and 40 to 45 minutes to get to Walmart. Let me see what the exact population is where I'm at. Hold on. But still, bad things happen in these small towns too. You know what I mean? Like, there are creeps in small towns. Yeah, 476 was the population of my town in 2023. Let me tell you the population of my county. That would be better. It's still very small. 10,000 in the whole entire county. Now, I thought I grew up in a country town because I grew up in a country town in southern West Virginia. The whole county has 60, 70,000 people. But I'm really in the middle of nowhere now. And yeah, I still would worry about my kids, safety from predators and stuff like that, or being near the road. Hell, think about the little girl Athena who was killed by the FedEx driver who claims he hit her with a truck. Who knows if that was even true? I don't know, but that was right by her house. Like, it could happen. And there's so many other examples. So I don't know. All opinions are all over. Woofy, it is what it is. I really appreciate and love hearing all the different opinions. I hope that you'll check out the full body cam and let me know what you think. If you do, go watch that. And I'll link it in the description after. I wasn't planning on playing any of that, but I will have it linked. And then this video is in the chat. Let me know what you think. Some aren't aware and some just don't care. Perverts are everywhere, though. It'll never happen to you or yours until it does. Well, it's just like with the woofy, but it's just like with when you think about like very serious illnesses, diseases, things like that. You know it's out there and you know how awful it is. And maybe some of them have happened to your parents or your loved ones, but you never think it will be you until it is, right? And yeah, hey, Grandma Sherry. Good to see you. Right. They ride horses to the store. They all have lighters. They have 22s. Right. I'm not saying I do it, but my son did all these things at like 14, 15. Right. Yeah, I did too, for sure. I was doing really dumb stuff long before I was driving. I know, Woofy. And then I'm just glad that you're here, Grandma Sherry. All right, so now we're going to switch gears. I don't think this one is going to have such split opinions, okay? Let's see. I was toying around so many different things I wanted to talk about with you guys before, and so I kind of like lost some of the things I wanted to look at. So I will add this video and Plunder's video to the description. By the time any replay viewers are watching, you'll be able to click this link right in the description. But for those of you in the chat, I'm going to drop it in the chat now. So this is TikTok influencer, mom influencer, Allanah Harris, okay, Australian influencer. Now, I didn't realize until I found another clip on TikTok, which I think I've got it here to play after this. This woman and her husband had lost a child a few years ago, it appears. Now, I'm still learning about this, but she has 2 kids, and one of them was really sick, and she was making TikToks like about her, having brain surgeries and all of this stuff. Well, come to find out, she was poisoning her the whole time. She wasn't sick. The doctors and the nurses started following her TikTok, and they started catching on to her lies. So Conspiracy did a great video. We're going to watch some of this because they've compiled a few things, and then we're going to switch to a different video. This one we will agree on, Ellie. Yes, Nicole. And thank you guys. Thank you, Nicole. And thank you, everybody who agrees to disagree. You know what I mean? It really means a lot to me. I don't want to agree all the time. That feels like it would be just so boring. But okay, this one is infuriating. Her video, though, I remember the first part. She's compiled a couple different TikToks of hers, it seems like. And I know the first one was mainly what I wanted to show you, and then pause on the second to read the statement and then flip to a different video. But okay.
Her family's life with the world gaining a mass following online. She's facing serious allegations that she drugged her daughter, leaving her in intensive care. Queensland Police launching a major investigation.
An Australian influencer, Allanah Harris, is being investigated after allegedly poisoning her 1-year-old.
Now, her TikTok is gone, but you can see it here on the left. The Harris family, 1.1 million followers. And look at the baby, okay? And you see the baby in the hospital here. But let me just...
Year-old daughter, claiming she had multiple medical conditions. Allanah and her husband, Brock Harris, had a TikTok account with over 1 million followers where they documented the lives of their 4 children, ages 1, 2, 3, and 7. Also heavily documented her 1-year-old daughter, Daisy's medical.
You see over here, it's like, then we noticed some changes. She would sleep through everything, even holidays.
Journey, as she has had to have multiple surgeries and hospital visits. However, law enforcement believed that the child wasn't sick with an illness at all, and that
as time went on, we started seeing less of our bubbly baby, and she started becoming more blank with little to no expression. Yeah, because she was being given freaking Xanaxes or some other benzo, Xanax, Valium, Klonopin, Ativan. Choose whichever one. I don't know, but we know it was benzos, and that's what it does. I'm just so pissed over this. I am infuriated. And let me tell you what, she is out here right now giving statements and making excuses. It's pretty sick, but let me...
That Allanah was poisoning her to cause her to have similar symptoms. Back in August of this year, the Daily Mail released this article about how Daisy was in critical condition and that she had a rare genetic disease. The article
Here, let's pause on this. So Daily Mail releases this article in August. Heartbreaking update from Aussie influencer as she reveals 1-year-old daughter is in critical condition amid battle with rare genetic disease. And her face is in the article. I guess that's why she didn't blur it out. But my God.
This article about how Daisy was in critical condition and that she had a rare genetic disease. The article states that since Daisy was 6 months old, she had been suffering from multiple seizures every day and that the family discovered she had TSC. TSC is a genetic disease that causes non-cancerous tumors to grow in the body's vital organs. So Allanah would post TikTok videos about how Daisy had multiple tumors on her brain, had to have 2 brain surgeries, and that she would sleep from 18 to 20 hours a day, and doctors couldn't figure out why. So after one of these surgeries, Allanah posted to social media about how Daisy had been in a coma for over 100 hours. She even wrote how the reason behind Daisy's comatose state was a complete mystery. It was also reported by the Daily Mail that Daisy also suffered from these medical conditions.
Focal cortical dysplasia, epilepsy, infantile spasms, and encephalopathy. Was first diagnosed with TSC in June of last year, who on the same day, died Alannah's first child, who was stillborn. And remember, I told you, I heard that in a second video. I just learned about this like a couple hours ago, and I was watching as much as I could, and I knew I had heard that, but I did not know she was stillborn. That is so very sad. She passed away in 2020. So a GoFundMe was set up by Brock and Daisy's grandmother, Karen, to help cover the cost of her ongoing treatment.
And after Daisy was in her comatose state, family set up a GoFundMe that allegedly raised over $65,000. Now, it is believed that the healthcare workers are the ones who alerted authorities after Alannah's online updates about Daisy's surgery didn't match the treatment she was receiving. According to their local media, forensic testing is underway to prove the allegations, which could take weeks.
Look at this picture. I mean, oh my God, like, you know, when your babies are sick, there's nothing like that anxiety, right? Like, what's wrong with them? How can I, like, there's nothing you can do. How can I help them? Like, when is it going to be over? Hoping it doesn't get more serious. It's just so awful. I would give anything in this world for my kids to just be healthy forever. I really, like, it's just, what a better, you know, how could life be any better than to be healthy and happy and have each other? You have a healthy kid. You are blessed with a beautiful baby. Do you know how many moms aren't? Do you know how many moms' children are fighting these diseases? Like, it's just so infuriating. And I cannot imagine, like, I think I'd be even more infuriated if I was a mom whose child suffered from one of these things, because I'm already mad as hell. And I just think, how, like, I know, I get that this is a sickness, a mental illness to do this to your child, but I don't care. It still pisses me off. I just don't understand how you could, I don't get it. I don't understand. I guess because it is a mental illness, I will never understand, but I just can never imagine making my child sick. Like, when Bentley broke his arm and we were at the hospital and he had to have surgery and stuff, that was a living nightmare. I was so worried, and just thinking of every rare, like, thing that could happen in the surgery or from the medications or this or that. And just like, nothing matters except your baby and them being okay. Imagine making them sick. You know, causing them to have surgeries and stuff because you're reporting all of these things that are happening, all of these symptoms. They're a baby. They can't even tell you. It's just,
As of right now, all of the children have been taken from the parents' custody, and the father actually released a statement stating that he had no idea any of this was going on. I'm going to post the full statement in a part 2. Australian influencer Allanah.
Now, I guess for some reason I was thinking that he had them, but okay, let's look at Dad's statement. He said, I figured this would be the fastest way to reach everybody, as I know everyone likes to gossip. For what it is worth, I had no idea about what Allanah was doing to Daisy. I pushed for those surgeries because in my heart I felt that it would help. I didn't realize that Daisy was being drugged the entire time, causing her symptoms to be what they were. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm a good dad and I do my best to love and protect my children. I should have done better for them. I'm sorry I couldn't protect Daisy the way I should have. The children have been taken into custody. I don't know why I didn't grasp that. Into custody under speculation. I potentially had something to do with this. On everything I have ever known and ever loved, I had no idea what Allanah was doing. Allanah, you're an absolute monster. You win. All 4 of my beautiful children. I love you so dearly. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let me see here. I also just want to add to all the people that have dragged me through the dirt and said all these terrible things about me. When the truth comes out, and it absolutely will, I hope you all feel absolutely horrible for the nasty, hurtful, and terrible things you've all said about me. I've had no part in any of this, and I've only done my best to support Daisy and her medical journey. Now, then at one point there was, well, first let me go to this leaked message. Here, let me let her explain the message. But there is a part of this where social media kind of spins out of control. So at one point, Dad is said to be missing. Hey, Julia. Love you back. And Dad wasn't missing. And that was like one. So where she's compiling all of her TikToks, you see the one TikTok where she's like, oh my gosh, he's missing. Then she's like, no, never mind. He's not missing. And it's wild to see like how stuff like that happens when these cases are going viral like this. But,
being reported by news media outlets that the medical staff are the ones that noticed something was up with Allannah's social media because her videos were not aligning with Daisy's treatment. How the public found out was from this leaked text message.
This is how the public found out, and then she goes on to explain like how they found out more. Riley says, I think that saying it's a mental illness takes the blame off of the mother and medicalizes it. I think she should own this. It's sick and it's attention-based regardless of the word to describe it. Riley, I'm with you because I always think mental illness as an excuse for these crimes is bullshit. At the end of the day, guess what? We still need to be safe from your dangerous ass, and you need to be locked up, and the world needs to know the truth of the situation. I do know, though, that, you know, it is truly a mental illness. Like, so I don't know. That I'm with you, though. I don't want any of the blame taken off of her for that. I still think that you need to be punished.
And then shortly after this, the dad released his statement that I shared in my last video. So this says, got some Harris family goss for you. So the mom/dad or mom and dad have Daisy the whole time. Some of the nurses.
Thank you, MK, for gifting those memberships. Munchausen, yes. Thank you, Julia. I was trying to think of the word, but I couldn't. Thank you so much, and welcome to the new members. I appreciate that.
Started following her Insta page/TikTok and was like, no, she's spreading false info. She doesn't have brain tumors and she was never palliative. After her last brain surgery, which found nothing, the Children's Hospital decided to run a toxicology report, and it showed that Daisy had a high reading for benzodiazepines, which is like Valium, etc. Kids have been taken off them, and I'm not.
Oh my goodness gracious, Crystal. I am so sorry. Brooke is her name. I remember, and I am so sorry. That's why I've been missing a few weeks. She had a bone disease and had surgery on broken arm at the same time as Bentley. I remember that. Oh my God almighty. Well, I'm glad that you're here. And I'm so freaking sorry. There's no words. I won't even try to, like, I just know when you lose I've never lost someone that meant that much to me. But even losing the people I have that meant the world to me, there are no words. And even hearing people try to say them is frustrating sometimes and annoying. So I'm not going to do that to you, but I'm just so sorry. And yeah. You can always email me anytime if you ever need anything.
not too sure where the mom and dad are. However, Daisy is under the care of Child Protective, is still in hospital, awake, sitting up, eating, and being a normal 1-year-old. So Allanah had posted to her social media accounts that Daisy was in palliative care when she posted this video stating, no parent should need to be told their baby is going into palliative care. Also posted this video that said, after 4 weeks in the hospital, 9 days in PICU, 8 cardiac arrests, Daisy is now going into her first brain
surgery.
Now, other local news media outlets are reporting that police are in fact investigating. No arrests have been made as of right now. Allanah Harris, the mother that's being investigated for allegedly 1-year-old daughter, just released a statement, and it's also being reported that her husband is allegedly missing.
Okay, so he's not missing, like I said, but I want you guys to hear what she says here.
Also being reported that her husband is allegedly missing.
Unfair, and it's getting addressed at the moment with the proper counsel.
Is that why you've shut the post down?
I can't speak too much. I will get my lawyer to contact you, Bailey. I do really appreciate it.
So that was just posted by Jalen. I will tag her down below. She is also covering this, but I believe the interviewer was referencing her social media accounts when he asks, is that why you took the posts down? Because they had an account on TikTok with 1.1 million followers that is now gone. It is also.
So let me just play her again. It's so unfair. Okay. You're the one that was posting, so you're not going to convince me that it was their dad and you didn't know and you're being blamed. You're the one who was making videos about tumors that didn't exist and things like that. And God, you are so lucky that your kids are healthy, because there are so many that are not that lucky. You just made me so mad.
And it's also being reported that her husband is allegedly missing.
Unfair, and it's getting addressed at the moment with the proper counsel.
Is that why you've shut the post down?
I can't speak too much. I will get my lawyer to contact you, Bailey. I do really appreciate it.
So that was just.
So, okay, we're going to switch gears, because after what, I don't want to talk anymore about that with everything Crystal is going through right now. I had another video, but I just think, I don't want to do that. So you guys, I'm going to drop the link one more time. I remember you telling us, Crystal, about your stepdaughter finding her friend. This is the conspiracy video I just played. If you guys want to watch that in full and not skip the parts that I skipped. And, you can also just put it into TikTok. There are so many different people talking about this. What does that mean, Anonymous? Can you tell me what that means? Does that mean like not real? Oh, Crystal, that's why I want to change it. Yeah, because like I said, as soon as I said the words, there are some moms whose kids aren't lucky to be healthy. I thought of you, and I just thought we should just change the subject. I have something else I want to talk about anyways. And yeah, I think that you guys can find so much about it. If you just do a Google search, it is disgusting. It is sickening. I hope and pray that whoever is responsible has to pay for what they've done. So they've renamed it. It's no longer called Munchausen syndrome. Okay, you guys, thank you for understanding and all of that. And let's switch gears now. This scared me. I actually heard about it a couple of different ways. One of them was Woofy sent it to me. I just got an alert that my StreamYard wasn't sharing audio on that tab. So let me know if you guys can't hear this. Hey, Patricia, Munchausen's is a behavior related to sociopathy. I honestly don't know. Oh, Crystal. I bet it was beautiful. Okay. Okay, so hey Trio Girl Mom. Now we're gonna watch this one. This is Jenna Lynn on TikTok. She covers all kinds of stuff. I can't believe they took the full screen button. There used to be a button right here where you could make it full screen. And now you have to zoom. Okay. I want you guys to hear about this, though. Have you heard about this? I would love to, Riley. Like, is it not your worst fear as a parent sending your kid to school every day that there's going to be like a shooting or some kind of, I mean, they're at my kid's school within the last month or two, and many of the schools in this area, there has been this like mentally ill man who's been coming and trying to get a tour of the school. And he like acts like we know he's mentally ill for one, just because of like the way that he's acting. He's kind of like not with it at times. And then at times with it, they say when he was in the office, they had to lock down the school, and it was happening in other schools. He was taken to the hospital, let back out. It's just scary. It is so scary to think of your kid going to school and anything going wrong and not making it back to you, right? When you send your kids off to school, you trust these people are going to keep them safe. But yeah, Riley, I would love to do that. If we, Riley says if we could get together and send something to Crystal, if that's possible, some type of memorial gift. Also, Tess did this thing for me when Bentley had surgery where we could just like, nobody has to take up money or anything. It's just like this gift card you send to a person, and you can send a gift or just like different gift cards and people sign it, and then you don't have to donate, but if you want to, you can. Maybe we could do that. I don't know, but I'm definitely down to do something like that. Oh, thank you, Crystal. I'm so glad. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's keep listening to this though. This is parents don't want to be identified, but listen to this. Charles, okay, so let me go back to this part. Hold on. If you look at my son, he has marks under his eyes like blood vessels. He still has bruises on his neck from being choked. He's traumatized, and it's going to take time. This is not something he's going to get over overnight. He's 7 years old, and a fourth grader did this to him. Look what the school said. Charles County Public Schools confirmed the incident, chalking it up to horseplay in a letter to parents, an answer that the boy's family feels is not sufficient. Hail to the no, it's not. I'm with you, parents. That is no. Thank God he survived. Oh, you guys don't hear it. Okay, so, all right, let me start over. I'm just going to read it to you, the article that she's talking about. A Maryland second grader was rushed to the hospital after he was hung in the boys' bathroom by an older bully who told him, "I'm going to show you how I did people back in the day." The horrifying incident, which left the 7-year-old boy in the hospital with a neck contusion, unfolded Friday at C. Paul Barnhart Elementary School in a suburb 20 miles southeast of Washington, D.C., 23 miles to be exact. The mom says, "My child, who is a second grader, was hung in the boys' bathroom by a fourth grader." Now, hold on. Mom said she received the most traumatizing phone call that he was going to be sent to the children's hospital. She talks about the wounds on his neck and his eyes. He had a neck contusion. If you look at my son, he has marks under his eyes. I did read this part to you guys. Blood vessels, like blood vessels. He has bruises on his neck from being choked. He's traumatized. This is not going to be something he gets over overnight. It's going to take time. The family did not want to be identified, which I don't blame them. The school sent out a letter to the parents that said, the article says, they were chalking it up to, quote, horseplay, unquote, in a letter to parents. An answer that the boy's family feels is not sufficient. Hold on. Mom says, it doesn't make sense. If you're horse playing, how do you get caught on a hook? Like, we need answers. I want answers, and we won't stop until we get answers. My son did tell me that when they were in the bathroom, he said the little boy told him, I'm going to show you how I did people back in the day. That's why I feel like it's bullying, the disturbed parent said. It's not telling how many other kids this has happened to. And here's the email. I want to update you on a situation that occurred today at the elementary school this afternoon. 2 of our students were reportedly horseplaying in the bathroom. A student's jacket got caught on a stall door hook. The student it's cut off. It says the other student involved was also not able to help them. The student went to the hospital. Staff reported the incident. Basically, that's it. Let me see if she goes on, because it does go on a little bit. Due to privacy reasons, that we can't share additional details with you. Basically, that's that in the letter. And since you can't hear it. Yeah. While the parents have removed their son from the school, they hope the district will improve how it monitors students. Sunday, it is shocking. I cannot imagine. I would be ready to raise hell. And then they send out a letter to all the other parents that they were horse playing and one of the kids got stuck up there and the other one wasn't able to help him. Like, what? Oh, my God. No. Exactly, Jennifer. Hey, school district. Look up videos of 7-year-olds unaliving themselves due to bullying, then say it's just horseplay. Yep, it's some bullshit. I don't know. Maybe it was really an accident then. I don't know, because why would the son say that that's not how it went down and stuff? I mean, I don't know. Maybe more will come out, but yeah. I'm kind of believing, teacup, that is horse shit, not horseplay. A 2nd grader and a 4th grader should never have been in the bathroom together at the same time. I don't disagree with you, Nurse Kristen. I mean, I think probably at my kids' school it happens because they have like individual bathrooms for the little kids. And then I think from 2nd grade to 5th grade, they all share like these hallway bathrooms where I guess 2 kids could randomly go at the same time. But I don't disagree with you. That's a big difference in size and age. I mean, I know it's only 2 years, but the difference in a 7-year-old versus a 7-8-year-old versus a 9-10, I guess 2nd grade, 7-8, then we'd have 8-9 and then 9-10. So I don't know. I don't like it at all. It scares me. One of my biggest fears with a special needs kiddo in school. I'm so sorry, Natasha. I would be worried about that too. But as long as you have, good counselors and good people, good communication in a good school, I think it will be just fine. See my comment above. I got you, Patricia. Let's see. Now, oh my God, Allie, when my 27-year-old son went to his high school on the first day, he was 11 and a 15-year-old strangled him with a bag strap and stole his laptop. I took him out the same day. That boy is now serving a sentence for killing his partner. Oh my gosh. I don't blame you for taking him out. I would have, like 11 and 15, that's a huge difference in size, maturity, strength. Even if they're the same age, there's nothing that excuses it. You know, you could probably be bullied by somebody younger than you. I don't know. It's all about personalities with kids and how they kind of interact with each other. But I am so sorry, Patricia. Oh my God, my son did that to himself with a seatbelt in the car. Neat said he had bruises and petechia. So scary. And I know from the Watts case about petechia, I think that's how you say it. And that's like when someone is like strangled or something, their eyes, like all the blood vessels show up, which by the way, thinking of it, my uncle has a blood vessel that popped in his eye from straining. And it's like never went away though. Wow, you guys, I'm just so sorry, Crystal. I can't stop thinking about that and about you. I'm just so sorry. If you guys do want to send around one of those like online chart, what is it, Tess? Is Tess still in here? She might have even answered that. But if you guys want to do something like that, let me know. Matter of fact, I'll talk to Tess and figure out what I need to do, and I'll find a way to share that. Elvis died from straining, just saying, Grandma Sherry. All right, you guys. Oh, Tess. Yay. Thank you so much. And then I'll share it on the community tab and stuff. And thank you, Tess. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. Let me drop Amber's link. Oh, Amber came in here. I don't have my stuff out here with me, so I'm liable to have to come in on my phone. Grandma Sherry. I think it's Grandma. Melissa is not on tonight. That's why I did the 7:30 slot or whatever. But I don't think Jen might be. I'm not sure. But there are their links. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you, Tess, for making that. And yeah, thank you for joining the conversation with me tonight, you guys. Hold on one second. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I just went ahead and came in on the phone. We do, Tess. I love you guys and appreciate you guys. Yeah, I really didn't have anything else to say. I was just saying bye to you. I'm sitting outside and it is so cold. I can't feel my toes, but I do have on 2 pair of pants, a shirt, a hoodie, a jacket, and a hoodie blanket. So I'm not cold, but my feet are freezing. Pathea's bite. Well, one of the mods can grab the link. Tess, will you grab and share his link? Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to me go through, there's the other things I want to talk about too. I actually was watching a video last night that sent me down like this little rabbit hole of an older case. Well, not older. It's only like 4 years old. So I might do something about that soon. And I'm going to do lives this week. I just won't be at home, but are you laughing at me because I'm cold in all my clothes? It's probably really cold where you are. But listen, hold on. Let me tell you how cold it is. But I need more. The wind. Thank you, Tess. Let's see. It's 42. It's freaking 42 right now. Chasing dropped a good one yesterday, but it won't make you mad. I'll have to check it out. I knew it because you're like, let me tell you about cold. Wow. So we're pretty close then. Yeah. It's freaking freezing here. It was colder today. It's like as cold as it gets here. We're just going through a cold spell, I guess. But Anyways, all right, you guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me and talking about it. Is stuff that matters, all of it, regardless of how you feel, like the Brittany Patterson thing. You know, it is stuff that matters. These are things, like I said, it's being used to kind of push this political, almost. My screensaver came on. This almost political movement. But snow here in Michigan. Oh, teacup, you're lucky. I wish it was even that warm here. It's even cold in Florida tonight. Sorry, I've been MIA, a lot going on, but appreciate all you do. Oh, I hope you have a good weekend too, and I hope everything's Natasha. And yeah, I'm just, I don't know. I'm just so sorry, and I'm so sad to hear about Crystal's daughter. And I hope you guys have a good night. And I'll share a link for that this evening on the community tab. And yeah, just appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for being here, and have a good night. Bye.